Hello everyone and welcome back to the channel. Today we have a very special video. Today I'm introducing LEGO to this channel. Our first ever LEGO set review. This is the LEGO Dimensions Sonic the Hedgehog level pack. I figured since the first review on this channel was of a Sonic the Hedgehog figure, I figured that the right decision was for the first LEGO video to also be of Sonic. I hope to introduce LEGO to the channel, to start doing LEGO reviews, since in fact I've actually collected LEGO for 10 years at this point, but I wasn't sure if to introduce it to the channel or not, if I should just stick to action figures. But I saw that there was some interest in LEGO, so I decided to go for it. So let me know in the comments if you like this, if you like to see LEGO, any specific theme you'd like to see. But now, let's begin. I'm going to try to structure these like I structure action figure reviews. So we're going to start by taking a look at the character. And now, here we have the LEGO Dimensions Sonic the Hedgehog minifigure, the first ever official LEGO Sonic minifigure. And this minifigure was very important. Again, it was the first Sonic minifigure, and this pack was overall the only LEGO Sonic product for years. LEGO Dimensions started around 2015, and it ended around 2017, and Sonic came in the middle of in 2016. And overall, it's a really fantastic minifigure. I made this base so I can sort of show you here a 360-degree look. It doesn't have all that much printing, but it doesn't really require all that much printing. It's been mainly required the head sculpt, which turned out fantastic. It's actually a dual molded piece. And overall, yeah, not much printing, but the legs are also dual molded. And this minifigure was highly sought after. It went crazy on the resale market. You couldn't find this minifigure under $3. Now there is an official LEGO Sonic theme, which I'm very happy about. Actually, LEGO Sonic was like my most anticipated LEGO theme. It's one that I always wished happened, and now it's here. And I actually found this minifigure in Facebook's marketplace, specifically the whole pack, for $8. It was a 40-minute road trip to get there to the place where they were selling him, but it was completely worth it. Now that there is an entire Sonic theme, you could say the minifigure is redundant, or not really all that important anymore since there's already a whole theme, but it still has the value of being the first. And for a first attempt, I'd say LEGO really nailed it with Sonic. But now let's take a look at the builds. But before we actually take a look at the builds, I forgot to give a bit of context on what LEGO Dimensions was. LEGO Dimensions was a whole video game and project that LEGO had from 2015 to 2017. It was a Toys to Life game similar to Skylanders, Disney Infinity, or Nintendo's Amiibo. The line consisted of minifigures and different builds which were on these toy tags, and these worked to bring the characters into the game using a toy pad that came in a level pack that you had to buy that also included the game. You needed the toy pad, and you needed anything you wanted in the game. You needed to own it physically. You need to have the pack. And the sets did not even come with instructions. The instructions were in the game. The project was very ambitious, and it wasn't simply of LEGO themes that LEGO already had, like DC, like The Lord of the Rings. They also introduced some original themes they had, like Ninjago in the LEGO movie. But here's the thing. They started by introducing The Wizard of Oz, a franchise LEGO had never made sets on before, and the theme started to do that as well. They introduced Fantastic Beasts, and they also introduced Adventure Time, the Cartoon Network stuff, Teen Titans Go, and the Powerpuff Girls. They made the first ever LEGO Beetlejuice minifigure, but the one that's important to us right now was the first LEGO Sonic minifigure. They also made the first LEGO Knight Rider minifigure, the first A-Team minifigure, and the line was reasonably popular, but the whole project of Toys to Life ended up underperforming, and so the whole thing was canceled. Again, LEGO Dimensions only lasted technically 2 years in production, and after that, it was completely canceled. There was meant to be a third year, but that third year never happened, and that was going to introduce even more original themes. It's been said they were planning to introduce Despicable Me, DreamWorks, and even Looney Tunes and classic Hanna-Barbera cartoons. We did get some of that stuff later on, like Looney Tunes and Despicable Me, but it would have been earlier on with Dimensions. So, overall, LEGO Dimensions was a very ambitious project that sadly did not work all that well, but it did leave us with some really cool stuff, such as this first LEGO Sonic set. But now that we finally got that context out of the way, let's take a look at the builds. Hopefully with that context, I'm more understanding of why the builds were like this.
Bring me your fiercest leader.
For starters, here we have Sonic's Speedster, also known as the Speedstar, and this is a micro build, so it's not minifigure scale. Sonic cannot fit in the car. Well, if you tried, you could just remove some pieces here, but it's not meant for minifigures. Now, the way that these builds worked is that, as you can see, we have this tag. The first year they were blue, the second year they were this orange color. In this case, these were the ones you put them in the toy pad, and that would be how you introduced the stuff in the game. You can actually use this as an actual vehicle in game, but this is just a mini build. It's not actually minifigure compatible or really all that useful outside the game. And again, you just needed the toy tag, but it makes for a nice display. And there's not really much to say about the builds, given that, well, they're micro-scaled, so they're not meant for the minifigure, they were just meant for the game. And that's also why a lot of the packs were not considered all that interesting, because the builds were not really all that useful for a random collector. These were, for the average collector, I mean. These were just for the game. But it's nicely detailed. This piece is actually printed. Another thing you could do is that they came with three optional builds, and you could just turn this into two other things. We're not going to do that here because I just want to show you what you got in the box, what was the stuff that was promoted. But overall, yeah, there's not much to say about the car, although it's so far been the only time LEGO has done it. Even though we now have a theme, LEGO has not done this car yet. I'm not sure if they're gonna. And here's the second mini build of the set. This is Tails' plane, the Tornado. This, again, is not minifigure scale, but it's actually a really neat build. I actually do like how they were able to pull out the Tornado with so little pieces. And thankfully, for the LEGO Sonic theme, we finally do have a minifigure scale Tornado, and thankfully, a minifigure scale Tails. But this was also a really neat build. Again, the toy tag. And this was simply just a mini build. There wasn't really much use for it, and you can see that this piece doesn't stay all that well. Again, the toy tag, you place it in the game, it scanned it in the game, and you could actually use this to fly in the game, so that was really cool, though Tails was never playable, so you could basically have any character use it. And that's gonna be pretty much it here for the builds.
Who are you? The name be Metalbeard, and I'll tell you me tale of woe.
So overall, the LEGO Dimensions Sonic the Hedgehog level pack, besides the minifigure, I can't really see much interest in not just the set, but the LEGO Dimensions as a whole. And this pack was not cheap. Even though I mentioned I got it at $8, it's already a very old set. I ended up getting it on May 2022 to be exact, alongside some other Dimensions packs, which I hope to review someday. But here's the thing. These were expensive. This counts as the level pack, the way that they were structured, that we had the starter pack, which was the one that mentioned that had the toy pad, the disc to play the game, and all the stuff you need to play it, and that included a minifigure for Batman, for Gandalf, for Lord of the Rings, and Wild Style from the Lego movie, as well as a mini build for the Batmobile. Then we came to level packs, which is this one. The key thing was that they only came with one minifigure and two builds. These were $30. Yes, $30. I'm not lying. That was what they costed. So this was not cheap. You were basically paying $30 just to get Sonic. And I think that's also why this set became so expensive, because who cares about the mini builds? I mean, they're nice, but they're not really all that useful. You want the Sonic minifigure. That's also why I wanted this pack. I couldn't care less for the mini builds. I just wanted Sonic, even if he didn't include the toy tag. Speaking of which, I also forgot to mention that the toy tags were also, for the minifigures, for the characters, were customized for each character. As you can see, there's Sonic's name, the logo, the Green Hill Zone pattern, really nice. I forgot to show that, I'm sorry, but in this case, this was a level pack. This was $30. Then there were the team packs, which included two mini builds, but in this case, two minifigures. those were $25. And the final ones were the fun packs, which only included, like this, only one minifigure and one bill. Those were $12. Those were the ones that I mainly collected. I don't really recall getting, I only remember like getting one, and it's been so long, and all the original ones I had back then are now resting in pieces. The minifigures are very used. I don't think I'm going to show those. I'm just going to show the ones that I picked up the same day I picked up the Sonic. And has LEGO Dimensions aged all that well? I'd say it was an innovative idea, but sadly the execution was not all that great, because the game was pretty fun even on their plate. I remember watching a ton of videos of the game, but sadly I never got around to getting a chance of playing it or even getting the starter pack. LEGO Dimensions was a really interesting project that sadly was too expensive, and the third year was scrapped as a whole, and many of the new themes that were introduced to LEGO with Dimensions would either find a theme, get a theme after Dimensions ended, like Sonic, or others kind of just ended with Dimensions, such as Knight Rider, and such as the A-Team. Overall, I really do like this pack, and I really want to start doing LEGO videos, so let me know in the comments what you think about this pack, what you think about this first LEGO Sonic minifigure, what do you think of me doing LEGO content. I really want to do because I'm very passionate about LEGO. Again, I've actually been collecting LEGO for 10 years, I just wasn't sure if I was going to introduce it to this channel. I hope this video does well. I know there's not really much else to show of this pack besides the minifigure, but I just wanted to talk about LEGO Dimensions. I actually really did like the whole project, and I kind of wish LEGO tried something like that now. But that's going to be pretty much it for this video. Thank you so much for watching. Please let me know if you'd like to see LEGO content, and that's it. Thanks for watching.